The gold-plated gates of the Sandton mansion gleamed in the early morning light, a fortress of success. Inside, Naledi Makona, a queen in her own kingdom, kissed her husband Thabo goodbye. It was 6:12 a.m., the start of another perfect day, or so it seemed. "Don't forget the school run," she whispered, her voice soft, a gentle reminder of their shared life. But as Thabo's luxury car purred down the driveway, a hidden phone on her nightstand buzzed to life. A single message glowed on the screen. It was from a contact named Zinhle. Now, just beyond those gates, a different kind of queen was holding court. Zinhle sat perched in the driver's seat of a gleaming G-Wagon, her phone aimed at her own reflection. She was filming a TikTok, her voice a confident purr. "Day one of taking what's mine," she declared to her followers. Just then, Naledi's silhouette appeared in a window of the mansion. Zinhle snapped a quick photo, a predator capturing its prey. With a smirk, she typed a caption, adding the hashtag "New Mrs. Makona loading." The first move in her game had been made. Hours later, Naledi was in her element. The Makona Looks boardroom. She commanded the room, her voice firm and decisive as she closed a staggering 200 million rand deal. The room erupted in applause, a symphony of her success. But just as the ink dried, her assistant Lindy interrupted, her expression worried. "There's a woman downstairs. She says it's urgent, says she knows you." Naledi, unflappable, didn't even look up from her papers. "Security," she stated calmly. She had no time for distractions. She was building an empire, brick by golden brick. While Naledi was conquering boardrooms, Zinhle was conquering Thabo. They sat in the plush, quiet confines of a Rosebank spa, a world away from Naledi's corporate battleground. Zinhle slid a small plastic stick across the tabula pregnancy test with two distinct lines. Thabo's eyes widened. He leaned in and kissed her, a mix of shock and something else. Something Zinhle had been counting on. She leaned closer, her voice a seductive whisper in his ear. "Your wife, she doesn't see you." "Not really, I do." She was planting a seed of doubt, a poison ivy vine in the garden of their marriage. Midnight, the grand Makona bedroom was silent, except for the hum of the city far below. Naledi, exhausted but triumphant from her day, was getting ready for bed when she saw it a smear of unfamiliar red lipstick on Thabo's collar, to cold, not formed in her stomach. She reached for his phone, her fingers typing in the passcode they'd always shared. Access denied. He had changed it. A wave of unease washed over her. It was a small thing, a digital lock, but it felt like a steel door slamming shut in her face. "Who is she?" She whispered into the darkness, the question hanging in the expensive air. Across town, in a modest Melville flat, Zinhle was staring at her own reflection, but her obsession wasn't with herself. The wall behind her was a chilling collage, a spider web of Naledi's life. Photos pulled from social media, magazine covers, paparazzi, shots all connected by a network of red string. In her hand, she held a crumpled piece of trash she'd stolen from the Makona shebeens, the real pregnancy test, the negative one. She held it up, then tossed it aside. Looking at the photo of Naledi at the center of her web, Zinhle smiled. "Your life," she said to the image, her voice low and possessive. "It fits me better." The next day, the battlefield shifted to Sandton City Mall. Naledi was enjoying a rare, quiet moment with her son. Suddenly, a figure bumped into her, hard hot coffee splashed all over Naledi's pristine white blazer. It was Zinhle, her phone already out, filming the entire encounter. Naledi's son, startled, began to cry. "Oopsie," Zinhle cooed, her apology dripping with fake sincerity. She was a master performer, and this was her stage. The video was already being edited in her mind, the powerful Naledi Makona, flustered and messy, while she, Zinhle, played the innocent victim. Back in the safety of her office, the Queen was ready to fight back. Naledi wasn't the type to cry. She was the type to strategize. She made a call. An hour later, a private investigator named Shippo sat across from her. He was discreet, efficient, and expensive. He laid a file on her desk. "I have a name," Shippo said, his voice graveled. "Zinhle Dlamini, an influencer, it seems, and she's making a serious claim. She says she's pregnant with your husband's child." The words hit Naledi like a physical blow, but her face remained a mask of stone. The enemy now had a name. Armed with information, Naledi moved. Shippo had given her an addresser-secret flat in Bryanston, paid for by Thebo. She didn't hesitate. She stormed in, the door crashing open. Thebo stood there, frozen in shock. The sound of a sharp, clean slap echoed through the apartment. "You brought her here." Naledi's voice was a raw, broken roar of betrayal. She had built their world, and he had built this sordid secret within its walls. From the bathroom unseen, Zinhle held up her phone, a triumphant smile on her face. She was recording everything. The final act was beginning. The video went live. Zinhle's carefully edited clip of the confrontation spread like wildfire. Hashtags trended. The gossip blogs exploded. The perfect image of the Makona Empire began to crack. On the stock market, the ticker for Makona flashed red. Shares dropped by 8%. The public fallout was swift and brutal. Later that night, Naledi stood on her balcony, staring out at the Johannesburg skyline. The city lights a blur. Her phone buzzed. It was a voice note from Zinhle. Her voice a victorious, chilling whisper. "Checkmate, Queen." The empire was starting to tremble, and from the shadows, a new queen was preparing to take the throne. Welcome back, drama lovers, to another deep dive into the world of ambition, betrayal, and ultimate revenge. Today, we're unpacking a story so twisted, it'll leave you breathless. It's a tale of two women, a crumbling empire, and a throne that was never truly up for grabs. The chaos begins at Makona-Look's headquarters. The air is thick with tension. The board has just suspended Thabo, the golden boy, the CEO. As the gavel falls, his wife Naledi stands unshaken. While others see disaster, she sees an opening. "I'll save it without him," she declares, her voice a mix of steel and silk. The words hang in the air, a promise and a threat. Miles away, in a lavish penthouse paid for by Thabo, his mistress Zinhle is living her best life. Or so she thinks. She's flaunting jewelry stolen from Naledi, parading a fake baby bump for her online followers. But her perfect facade is about to crack. During a live stream, she adjusts her position, and for a split second, the illusion shatters. The pillow belly slips. A single comment flashes across the screen. Wait, is that a pillow? The internet never misses a beat. Panic sets in. Fast forward to 2 a.m. in a smoky Soweto shebeen. Zinhle, drowning her fears in alcohol, confesses everything to her friend Kagotso. Her words are slurred but brutally clear. "I was never pregnant," she admits, the bitterness tainting her voice. "I just wanted her life." It's a moment of weakness, a fatal mistake, and Kagotso, she hits record. That recording finds its way to Naledi. In the quiet of her office, she plays the voice note on a loop. Each repetition strips away any remaining softness, any doubt. Her eyes harden. This isn't just about a company anymore. It's personal. She looks at her reflection, a queen preparing for war. "Your move, little girl," she whispers to herself. "The game has changed." Meanwhile, Thabo is hiding out in Cape Town, a fugitive from his own life. He's glued to the news, watching in horror as the Makona-Look's stock price plummets, down 22%. His empire is burning, and the only person he thinks can save him is Zinhle. He calls her desperate. "Z, please, pick up. I need you." The call goes to voicemail. She ghosts him, leaving him to face the fallout alone. He has served his purpose in her scheme. Zinhle's world is imploding. Back in her penthouse, which now feels more like a prison, she has a complete meltdown. She gathers photos of Naledi, her rival, the woman she so desperately wanted to be, and sets them on fire. She watches the images curl and turn to ash. In a moment of pathetic irony, the pillow she used for her fake pregnancy deflates with a soft hiss. The sight breaks her. She collapses, sobbing, "I earned this." But what exactly did she earn? A temporary fantasy built on lies. The final act unfolds on Naledi's rooftop. The city is slick with rain, a perfect backdrop for the coming storm. Zinhle, a disheveled mess, is dragged in by security. She's been summoned. Naledi stands there, calm and composed, the eye of the hurricane. "You wanted my life?" she asks, her voice cutting through the sound of the downpour. "Then you can have the truth that comes with it." With a simple tap on her phone, Naledi plays Zinhle's drunken confession for all to hear. The slurred words echo across the rooftop, sealing Zinhle's fate. But Naledi isn't finished. She slides a folder across the wet table. Divorce papers, Thabo has already signed them. He's chosen his side. Zinhle's face crumples. He chose you. She whispers the final devastating blow. Yes, he did. When faced with ruin, he chose the woman who could save the kingdom, not the one who helped him destroy it. As if on cue, the wail of sirens grows louder. The police arrive. Zinhle is arrested for fraud, her scam exposed to the world. As an officer cuffs her, her reign of deception is officially over. "Hands behind your back," he says, his voice devoid of emotion. Zinhle is led away, a tragic footnote in a story she tried to write for herself. Naledi is left alone on the rooftop. The rain stops. As the first rays of dawn break through the clouds, a new day begins. She looks out over the city, her city. A faint smile plays on her lips. She has faced betrayal, public humiliation, and the near collapse of her legacy. But she didn't just survive, she conquered. Her voiceover closes the chapter, a declaration of her unyielding power. The throne was always mine. And just when you think it's over, a final message appears. Tomorrow, the crown rises. The Queen has taken back her throne, but the story is far from finished. What an incredible saga of power, lies, and redemption. What do you think Naledi will do next? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more breakdowns of your favorite dramas. What a finale! The final 10 minutes of Legacy of Lies just dropped, and my jaw is still on the floor. Let's break down this epic conclusion, because there is so much to talk about. If you haven't seen it yet, major spoiler alert, go watch it and come right back. We start 6 months after the last episode at the relaunch of Makona Looks. Naledi steps out, absolutely radiant in a gold gown, looking like the queen she is. And then she drops the line that sets the tone for everything. 100% woman-owned. You can just feel the power in that statement. She has completely reclaimed her company and her identity. While Naledi is shining, we cut to Thabo hiding in the back, a shadow of his former self. He's broke, he's alone, and he can only watch as Naledi takes center stage. You hear him whisper, "I lost everything," and the contrast is just brutal. He had it all, the power, the money, the family, and he threw it all away. Now he's left with nothing but regret, watching the woman he betrayed build her own empire from the ashes he created. And then there's Zinhle. We find her in a prison jumpsuit, watching the relaunch on a tiny TV. When she sees Naledi's triumph, she just snaps, screaming, "That should be me," before smashing the screen. It's a raw, painful moment. Zinhle's ambition and jealousy led her straight to a prison cell, while Naledi's resilience and integrity led her to the top. The poetic justice here is just perfect. Zinhle wanted the crown so badly she was willing to destroy Naledi for it, and in the end, she's the one who's completely powerless. The next morning, we see Naledi in her bedroom at dawn. She's holding the last photo she has of Zinhle. For a moment, you wonder what she's feeling. Then she sets it on fire and watches it burn, letting the ashes scatter. She softly says, "Goodbye, Shadow. This isn't about revenge. It's about release." She's finally letting go of the betrayal, the pain, and the ghost of her past. Zinhle is no longer a part of her story. It's such a quiet, yet powerful, scene of her reclaiming her peace. But Naledi's new life isn't just about business. It's about family. We see her on the school run, dropping her kids off. They give her the tightest hug, and her son tells her, "You're the strongest mummy." This hits right in the heart. It reminds us what she was fighting for all along. She's not just a CEO, she's a mother, and she's proven that she can be both, without a man to validate or support her. Her children see her strength, and that's the most important validation of all. From that tender family moment, we jump straight back into the boardroom. Naledi is signing a massive 500 million rands deal. The partner raises a glass and says, "To the Queen." It's official. The business world sees her not as Mrs. Makona, the wife of a tycoon, but as Naledi, the queen in her own right. She's not just running a company, she's building an empire on her own terms, with her own vision. The scale of her success is just staggering. And of course, what's success without a celebration? We're at a rooftop party, the Joburg skyline glittering all around. An Amapiano remix of Jerusalema is blasting, and the crowd is chanting her name. The DJ gets on the mic and shouts, "To Naledi, the real Mrs. Makona." This is the ultimate reclamation of her name. She's no longer defined by her marriage. She's redefined the name itself. The energy is electric. This is her moment, her victory lap, and everyone is there to celebrate her. The scene then cuts sharply back to Thabo. He's alone in Soweto, selling his last valuable possession, his expensive watch. We hear his voice over, full of despair. "I built an empire and lost my soul." This is his rock bottom. He's stripped of all the wealth and status he valued so much, and he's forced to confront the moral bankruptcy that got him there. The empire he built was a house of cards, and now he's facing the consequences of his choices completely alone. Our focus returns to Naledi. She's standing on her balcony, looking out at the glittering lights of Sandton. She says to the city, "This is my Sandton now." It's a declaration. She has conquered the world that once tried to chew her up and spit her out. She owns her space, her power, and her city. It's a testament to her journey from a betrayed wife to the master of her own destiny. The final shot is absolutely breathtaking. The camera pulls back from Naledi on her balcony, revealing her mansion, and then keeps pulling back until we see the entire glowing city of Johannesburg. Her voice comes in one last time, delivering the most iconic line of the entire series. "Some queens don't need kings. They are the kingdom." Fade to black. Mic drop. What an incredible ending. It's not just about her success. It's a powerful statement about female strength, resilience, and independence. Naledi didn't just find her crown. She built the entire kingdom. This finale was everything I wanted and more. It gave us closure, justice, and a truly inspiring message. What did you guys think? Let me know your favorite moment from the finale in the comments below. I could talk about this all day. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more breakdowns like this one.